Welcome to the Security Guy Radio, Mr. John Byrnes. Always glad to have you on the show. How are you?
Thank you. It's an honor to be here.
Aggressionmanagement.com.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What's going on in the world of aggression management?
Well,
There's a big news you're going to tell me now.
Yes, there is some really big news. We now have developed a mobile app. We expected to have it on the market in the next 30 days.
Excellent.
I'm very excited about this. This is something that any person can utilize. Now, we're also developing a platform for this for a threat assessment or behavioral intervention team, so that if you've got where they will actually issue these apps, and when someone hits submit on an app, it winds up on the platform.
Okay.
The platform is based on observation, so we call it Observy, and the Observy platform is for a threat assessment or behavioral intervention team.
So, for people that don't know your work, let's talk briefly about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's aggression recognition at the lowest level,
Right.
to prevent and or predict somebody
That's right.
that escalates to a higher level of aggression.
Yes.
This is a unique approach. I know people are going to say, you can't predict behavior. Really? I got to tell you, I can tell when my sister's going to be pissed off about something, all right? I can
Right.
tell in a second the way she looks at me what she's going to do next.
Yes.
We live this every day in our lives
Absolutely.
about personal relationships.
Mhm.
And when I say violence, people are going to jump to, hitting you over the head with a hammer. But really, violence is also on a small level of just kind of people messing with you and being nasty and sending a bad email to your boss and stuff. I classify that as violence, as you do in a way, right?
Right. We call it aggression.
Aggression,
Yes,
right.
absolutely. And aggression is part of violence.
Right.
You're absolutely true. Yes.
So you're taking these concepts of identifying microaggressions at these low levels and recognizing them as they escalate, trying to intervene somewhere in the middle, and you're putting this on a mobile app. So this
We
is
are.
a big deal.
Absolutely.
Now,
Look,
how does
yeah.
it work in real time? Because the faster we can do these things and we can condense them, the quicker we can make a decision to stop something.
Absolutely. Look, if someone is shooting, I do not expect them to be punching things
Right.
on a mobile app. However, there's lots of stages prior to a violence occurring. And right now, everything is subjective. And so a lot of what people get is the subjective references, scary, strange, weird, and menacing.
Right.
None of this really helps you identify where a person is, at what level they are. Our system uses objective, measurable observables, which enables someone. We have what we call aggression first observers and certified aggression managers. First observers are just that. They're trained to observe and report only. You want an army of those people. You want them out on the front lines of aggressive behavior. They call it in to a certified aggression manager who are trained to engage. They take what is given, these objective, measurable observables, they put them in the software. The software says this person is at this level of aggressive behavior, based upon thereby the presumption of threat, based upon a low, moderate, or high, enabling them to say, what resources do I need to approach this person to maximize my result? They engage, they come back, and they record. What did I see? How did I respond? What was the result? It scientifically validates this in real time, enabling an organization that is using this system to say where our workplace is as safe as possible, the highest form of evidence-based best practices.
As possible. That's a great way to phrase it, right? Because nothing's perfect and 100%.
There's no absolute
Right,
prevention.
but sitting around doing nothing is not
Right.
where we can be today. We cannot
Exactly.
be there anymore, right?
Exactly.
Now, you said something interesting about the active shooter part. You said, I don't expect them to push a button when there's an active shooter. That's the point. If you got an active shooter in your workplace, you failed.
That's
You
right.
failed big time. Right?
Absolutely.
So you want to catch this guy when he's sending off nasty emails to people about how he wants to do everybody in, or how he's I'll be back, and all. That's where you want to catch the guy.
Well, you want to, as they progress up
As he
this
progresses, right.
continuum of aggression. As an example, bullying.
Bullying
is a term of art today. Bullying, people are at the fourth stage of cognitive aggression. The problem with bullying is it presupposes someone exhibiting bullying behavior. You're reacting to bullying, you're not preventing it. So now that we learn that bullying is at the fourth stage of cognitive aggression, you learn what stages 3, 2, and 1 look like. You're seeing the precursors to bullying. It actually gives you the ability to get out in front and prevent bullying.
Right.
just like it gives you the ability to get out in front of the precursors to violence.
Excellent. Now, 30 days, we're going to roll this out. Is it per user based? Is it a monthly subscription? How are you pricing it?
We're trying to create a mobile app that anyone can purchase. Something they can be around $2 a month or $24 a year. We want something that a teacher can buy. Because what's happening now? Mary the teacher sees Johnny exhibiting threatening behavior. She goes to the principal who doesn't have any money, who says, come on, Johnny's just being boys, boys, until Johnny comes in and with a weapon and starts shooting people. The Philadelphia School District almost didn't open because they could offer no assurance to parents that those children were safe. That's unacceptable.
Right.
This gives Mary the ability to not only put the objective, measurable, observables in, but also determine that, say Johnny's at the 5th stage of cognitive aggression out of 9 stages. Here's some recommended things you can use to diffuse Johnny at this stage. So using comparable responses, so you're not using a sledgehammer and a tapping hammer would do, but also you can send these this in the form of these scientifically validated indicators in an email to the superintendent of schools. The superintendent starts getting 10, 100, 1,000 of these things, and calls in the legal counsel, and the legal counsel says, well, superintendent, you have state sovereign immunity. However, these are scientifically validated indicators. If you do nothing, that's gross negligence. That trumps your sovereign immunity. So now they want to put an overarching program. We see this happening in secondary schools. We see it happen in colleges. We see it in workplaces where regular people pick up this app. They make them feel safer because they're able to work with that. And by doing that, it gives them the ability to then reach out and let people know that there's something going wrong.
Now, this data, I could see this being crowdsourcing data. In other words, let's say everybody today had that data inside this building here.
Right.
So 20,000 people here.
Right.
And all of a sudden, you start getting a report of the same guy making his way through this facility.
Right.
That would stand like a sore thumb.
Absolutely.
That would be invaluable data. Now,
absolutely.
I can envision where a company buys it for their employees, but the average citizen buying it, reporting it, and if there's a way for you to collect the data, it's confidential, of course, right?
Yeah.
And, you just may be that in one particular geographical area, there's some popping up where this one guy pops up in different neighborhoods, different times, different incidents. Hey, that's the same guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's on his pathway to violence because he made a purchase at the gun store. He called you out inside the class and called you a name. And, different people not connected to each other could all be connected to him and not know it.
Well, that's one of the things. At Virginia Tech, with a horrific shooting at Virginia Tech, there were 77 different indicators that this person could be lethal.
Maybe 77 people he interacted with.
Well, that's it.
Yeah.
And they weren't connecting the dots. That's what the Observi software does, Chuck. It enables someone, the moment someone fills out the app and hits submit, it's now on this platform. All of the team, the human resource, everybody that are on that team, Director of Security, Mental Health, all get an email saying, go to your system, there's a report done. They look on it because everybody's using the same language now.
Right.
Now, mental health will not talk to you about mental health issues, but they can and will talk to you about aggressive behavior. So because of that, now everybody's speaking the same language, and suddenly someone says, well, we had an incident with this person over here. We know something we need to add to this.
Right.
So what that does is now gives you a multidisciplinary team. Now everybody's on the same page, no departmental silos. And because of it, we get the maximum benefit of multidisciplinary team.
Common sense.
Common sense.
Too bad we can't put that in a bottle. We'll all be rich if we can
That would not
sell
be
that.
true.
John Byrnes, Center for Aggression Management. Thanks for coming on Security Guard once again.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, John.